What is up and welcome back, guys. Last time I left you guys, we finished up the paint on the quarter panels of the Forester, and check it out, it's all dry. It looks awesome, it's nice and smooth. It is amazing. We did a really good job. I'm really happy with that. Anyways, tonight we're going to be actually putting on the wheels that have been sitting there for the last couple days and my mud flaps, so we can get this ready to go. So the first thing I think is going to be putting on the rear mud flaps. So they're going to be really easy, actually. At least I hope. So I have all the hardware that with them. These are I think they're Gorilla mud flaps. I'm not going to put the stickers on them because it's literally black on black, but they're like really big. They're the biggest mud flaps I could find for the Forester. I wanted to go with kind of like the rally look, so I ended up with these. They're pretty good quality. They're pretty thick. They're very close to the same ones that Adrian has on his 06 STi, except these are more like a flexible ABS, where his are more of like a polyurethane. So I'm just going to follow these instructions. So that's actually the front. So the back looks pretty easy. So remove the clips that we've already removed, and then essentially just bolt it in where it went before. So that shouldn't be too hard. Oh yeah, we gotta take the bumper, or put the bumper back on. That should be easy. Pop that cap out, push it back right here. I think it's right here. Yep, there we go. And then we just got to put in that clip, because we're going to be using this one and this one. When I took the mud flaps out, I took out this little piece of plastic, and it looks like we actually need this guy right here, so it kind of goes up against the back end and holds it together. So I'm going to reinstall this guy, and then we should be able to mount this as far as I can see. That took me longer than I'd like to admit to figure out. So essentially, this guy goes right here, and it holds this essentially all together like that. And then we just put a little pin right there, and then we put a screw here, a screw here, and a screw here, and it's actually on. So now that we got this one side, we're gonna move over to the other side. And since it was just that easy, all we gotta do is pull this guy out, push this in, and snap. There we go. So we have the bumper on and the mud flap on, and it's all ready to go. So the last step in the rear is to put on the BBSs. So I just got to check the rotation on them. They are directional tire. I think I laid these two out. Yeah, rotation this way, rotation that way. So time to put these on and see how they look on the Forester. That looks pretty awesome, but there is one issue. So I was reading about this, and I know this is a possible thing that a lot of people do. The only issue is they were running spacers. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Why are they running spacers? It turns out that the area between the strut tower and the wheel isn't very much. Don't know if you guys can see that, but it's like literally that thick. So that is kind of a worry. I think we should be good. The camera's really overexposed, but I'm not sure why. But it doesn't rub, so like that's good. I just don't know driving through the snow stuff if that's going to be an issue. So we'll see. We'll test it out tomorrow. And if it's an issue, I can always order like a 3mm space or something, just little. And now it's time to put on the other side. And there we go. Project Daly's wheels are now on the Forester. And I can see why people put spacers. There is a little bit of fitment issues compared to like the stock tires, but actually they're not too bad. Let's see from the side. they look a little bit smaller actually. I bet you they have a thinner sidewall. Actually, you can tell they have a thinner sidewall than the stock ones. But I think they look pretty good. You could definitely go with a bigger tire, but these will do for the winter, and they're really good. They're Michelin X Ice 3, so they're really good on the snow and ice. Let's check this side. Yeah, looks pretty good. Definitely goes better with the color than these stock ones. Now we're on to the front, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift it up. There we go, the Forester is all lifted up. I actually went ahead and sprayed a little rocker guard in that corner, and then there was a crack in this like plastic, so what I did is I just filled it with some silicone so that it would seal and keep the salt out, and then I just took some of that stuff with a paintbrush and painted all the little rock chips so they wouldn't chip. There's nothing really needing like a full paint like we did in the back, so I just touched it up there. So now we are installing the mud flap. So as always, you got to take off the mud flap, and as you can see, I've been trying. It's a little bit difficult, but all I'm using is some of these and some time, and you got it done. It's these stupid little plastic clips that the previous owner used. I just literally ripped them apart because they did not come out. So yeah, those are useless. Good thing I have more. So now all we really do is we replace this bolt hole, this hole, and this hole with these little metal retainers, and do the same thing we did on the back. So it's relatively easy actually. Now we just have to install the other side. Oh wait, the other side's already installed. Yeah, I did that already. So I was doing it partially when we were painting, and then I just finished up just trying to figure out exactly how this worked. And I did figure it out, but this guy had, I don't know where it is, someone must have already put him in because it had a bracket that was seized, and I actually broke the bolt off, so that was fun. And then look at all the dirt that came out, so I had to get the air compressor and blow it off. But we did get it in. So that means we have all 4 mud flaps. So now it's just time to install the rest of the BBSs and see what the Forester looks like. There we go, the wheels are on, and now it's time to drop the Forester and see how it looks. There we go. I think that looks super, super good. It's kind of hard to see in this small space, but it kind of reminds me of Project Daily when I first got it with the BBSs and the mud flaps. Now we got 2 Subis, both with sets of mud flaps. I really think Subarus just belong with mud flaps. Here's the back. Oh yeah, that looks good. That looks so good. And then from even farther back. Beautiful. Well, there we go. The Forester is pretty much winter ready now. It's got the winter tires on. It's got the mud flaps. The only really thing I need to do now is put the stereo or the deck from Project Daily into there just for the winter, and maybe finish tinting the windows. And that's all I can really think of for the Forester for the winter. Anyways, I'm so glad that we got everything done. The sides look great. I can't wait to actually go through and polish the paint now that we have the stuff and the paint to do that, and the mud flaps look great. No Subaru is complete without some mud flaps, even though I'm probably taking them off Project Daily because it is a race car. Plus, I'm glad I found a good use for the BBSs because those winter tires were new last year, but those are really good Michelin X Ice 3, and they're perfect for this. They do look a little tiny small, but I still think they look awesome. I will probably maybe go take some photos with this setup once we have it washed, just to see what it looks like, and hopefully we'll get to polishing it soon because look at all those swirls. Anyways, that is going to be it for today. So as always, peace out and stay humble.